What is an attitude of confidence? It's different than emotional confidence, and it's something that I learned. So hopefully this is a video that will help you build confidence yourself today. There's 3 things that you have to get rid of if you want to be truly confident. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you why making these very videos makes me feel diminished in my area of attitude of confidence. My attitude of confidence gets hit every time I do these. But first, what we need to do to build the attitude of confidence is internally believe that what we are capable of doing is possible. If you believe in yourself and your skills and all that you have, and you can say to yourself, in spite of what the world is saying to you, I got this. I know I can deliver this. That is the attitude of confidence that matches your external emotional confidence and how you show yourself and speak and move. The internal drive that is that belief, I can do this, is really what you want to build. And this builds through experience. So if you are creating a new attitude of confidence that you want to drive, find those things that you are capable of, that you know you can deliver, and then take action on being successful in those spaces. As the experience happens where you're saying, I feel like I'm good at this, I'm going to do these things, and you begin to have success, that resonates to yourself. I'm in the right space. I'm doing things that I should do. I'm having success. This can be interrupted, that process, if we do not align ourselves with people that we have congruent beliefs with. You want to surround yourself with people who have a similar vision, who can affirm that way you're acting is something that is valuable. If what you do completely flies in the face of all those around you, it can be really hard to hold on to that attitude of confidence because the people you trust most are telling you this is no good. Now you need to listen to the people that you trust. This is an important thing. So learning when to listen to the critical feedback you may have versus when to say, I know I can do this. I have to take a leap and try. These are tricky choices of how you act and what you do, which really come down to personally understanding your emotional makeup. That's why emotional intelligence is so important. And this attitude of confidence does come from building yourself as well as aligning yourself around people that can sustain you in that belief. It's important to have people to support you when you falter. Next thing you want to do is learn to break ties with those that impact your sense of worth, that make you feel like you can't do this, that doubt you, that say this is too much. Find those that don't do that, align with them, break ties with those that do. This can be hard. Some of those people may be very close to you. Some of those people may be people you've trusted for a long time. But if they have never had an experience building what you are trying to build in your life and they're telling you it can't be done, that is just their opinion. Real advice, real support, real counsel comes from speaking with those who have already accomplished what you have seek to accomplish. So if you are getting feedback from somebody that says, do not start your own business, or do not go to school, or do not try to invent that, or don't write a book, all of these things coming from someone who has never done that, never had success, is just fear of the unknown. Don't keep connected to people that are willing to tell you to stop when they don't have advice or consultation to give you. Just an opinion of fear. Break those ties. The next thing you want to do, understand what approaches work and don't work for you. As you go about your life and you get engagement and feedback from people on how you're acting, listen to how people give you feedback. Are they diminishing you? Do they break you down when you're done? Do you feel less than who you are after accomplishing that task because the feedback you get from that person really hits you too hard and leaves you feeling broken? You need to understand, I can't go to that person for feedback. I need to find somebody that can give me enough that I can handle, that I can work on without diminishing my whole sense of self. And you also need to do that with yourself. I actually watch my videos after they're produced and cut and set up, and I learned this from a friend of mine. It's very hard for me to see myself speak on camera. It's very hard to see my affect, the way I move on camera. There's a lot of things that hit me in a way that I don't like. The sound of my voice, I don't like that. It sounds different to me in my own head. However, I learned from a friend never to take more than one thing from a video that is negative, never work on more than one, and the rest, look for all the good. And changing that approach has allowed me to, I hope, get better as I do this, because I'm not completely diminishing myself, which is what I could do. That approach does not work for me. The approach is incremental, simple steps, one thing at a time, think positively. That's how I approach changing my attitude. Once you've done all that, if you're working on this to build your attitude of confidence, then you need to get rid of a few things. We've talked about it a little bit. Filter out the negative people. Filter out those people that are tearing you down. Those people just in your life that drain you. You don't have time for that. You need to be able to focus on building whatever it is you want. You can give to those that need help, but don't do it to the detriment of your energy and your drive and your belief and your desire. Get rid of those people that take that away. Stay away from the train of detrimental thoughts that you may have. In our culture here, we have a strong current of self-talk that is negative and berating when we make mistakes. This is something that we believe we must do because our culture has told us when you fail, if you don't whip yourself into shape, you'll get lazy, you'll let things slide, you won't produce. But the act of negative self-talk and beating yourself up actually causes you internally to avoid the emotional state that you are feeling when you fail. And then the wisdom that you can gain to navigate that very mistake you just did is lost. And you will repeat that mistake until you can give yourself compassion and forgiveness and look at that mistake without defensiveness, without the need to feel badly, but instead as an opportunity to learn and grow. As the master teacher failure is, offer yourself compassion so that you can benefit from it by changing your thought process. These are the things that you do, and then that negative self-talk, those detrimental thoughts fall away. So I want to tell you my own personal struggle with my attitude of confidence. And I use this app that measures my levels of confidence, happiness, all my positive emotions and my negative emotions. And I can look and drop into those spaces and allow myself to learn. And I have noticed that after I finished shooting videos for my YouTube channel, I used to take 2 days, 3 days a month to shoot a bunch of these videos. And I spend all day after I've prepared all this stuff speaking and speaking and speaking. And it gets to be kind of like white noise. And I can't quite remember what I've said. And I wonder if what I'm doing is worthwhile. And there's no real feedback because I don't have much of an audience, truthfully, right? And so I wonder as I send this stuff out to a vacuum if I'm just full of shit. I honestly do. And my attitude of confidence, even though I know what I've done is research, I have done this and coached people in person many times, my inability to get feedback in this space where I am new, setting up videos, hits me hard. I feel unsure. I can berate myself for not getting that quote exactly right or not stating this thing in just the way I wanted to. There's all these things that can hit me, and they do. And I am left after a shoot with no confidence in my attitude of confidence at all. Well, my emotional confidence remains high, and I can show this. I am hit with a need to withdraw. I feel fear. I feel like I want to diminish myself. I feel like I want to reproach my behavior for shooting these videos and saying stuff to who knows who. There's all kinds of things that I fear. And I suspect that many of us are like this in what we do. So what I do at that point is I go back to these approaches and I accept that I have some skills. I learn that in those skills that I have, I also have weaknesses, and it's okay. And then I practice self-compassion. I have, in fact, stopped associating with certain people that completely did not believe that what I was doing could be done or that I had the capacity. That has helped me. I get feedback from those that I trust that have been in the space that have done well and can say to me, this is really good, doing well for you. You're in this space, your message is good. That helps me in those moments to recognize, yes, I am doing stuff that has been tried and tested on others, tested on myself. These are real methodologies, and I can find my attitude of confidence again as I practice this. So if you're like me, you struggle with that, try these steps. I believe they'll help you. I'm James. Thanks for watching.